Artists tend to pick out simple samples over much more complex ones with more layers on them. I've been working very close with an artist by the name LILAJ, and he mostly picks out the simple samples that I send him. Him and a collective called Moving in Silence recently released an EP, Back to Earth Volume 2, where the track Depend on You features the sample we are going to be breaking down today.
Let me get straight. Everything they told you about me, oh, that was fake. And they told me lies, I didn't know that was the case. And they told me lies, they throwing lies upon you.
I start off the sample with the simple guitar strum that I repeat for 16 bars, and I process it with an EQ, a shapeshifter for compressing, and a vintage verb. The next layer in the sample is my first part of the vocals, where I do a little bit of singing, and I process my vocals with a little alter boy, bringing down the format just a little bit, and then I pair it with an auto-tune. I process it with an EQ, just cutting out some harsh frequencies. I put a shapeshifter for compressing, and then I add a vintage verb to finish off the mix.
Lately I've been feeling lonely. Notice we've been fading slowly. Remember things you always told me. Thought I was your one and only. Told you once if you could hold me. Acting like you didn't know me. Things you couldn't even show me. You made me feel so lonely.
Moving on to the next part of the sample, I grabbed this bass from Analog Lab and I made it follow the chord progression. I then stacked 2 Analog Lab presets to bring it together with the bass. I recorded a second part for the vocal, where it just complements every layer and comes in here and there. I brought everything together with a texture from Beat Center's Phantom Texture Kit, and it sounds like this. I later introduced another texture that sounds like a reverse vocal, and I removed some layers just to create a tone. I use a lot of these little transition textures to make my transitions and the sample smoother. I reuse a lot of the layers that I had already introduced in the sample to keep my samples more interesting. The sample doesn't need to have a lot of layers. You can reuse the layers the right way to make your sample interesting. It makes sense why LILAJ prefers the simple samples and the much more experimental ones I send out to him. With that being said, make sure to check out the project Back to Earth Volume 2, where some of their songs feature my samples, and let me know, why do you think artists prefer simple samples?
Let me get straight. Everything they told you about me, oh, that was fake. And they told me lies, I didn't know that was the case. And they told me lies, they throwing lies upon your name. I just found out you're in love with me, tell me if it's too late. Conversation on the phone and women on a couple days. I still have my door open up for women at my place. And they licking, I've been sipping, telling me that